Day, mates! Buckle up as we embark on a wild ride through the labyrinth of parking ticket policies in the land down under. Whether you're a local or a visitor, understanding Australia's parking rules can save you from the dreaded parking fine. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of fines, operating hours, free parking zones, and the quirks of weekday versus weekend policies. And, of course, we'll sprinkle in some chuckles along the way. The not-so-friendly fines first off, let's talk about the elephant in the parking lot fines. In Australia, parking fines can range from a slap on the wrist to a significant dent in your wallet. For instance, in Warburton, a picturesque tourist spot, failing to pay for parking during a recent pilot program could set you back a cool $99. Imagine that, almost $100 because you forgot to feed the meter. But wait, there's more. In Perth, a woman was hit with a $65 fine for overstaying her welcome at a shopping center parking lot. She'd been parking there for 24 years without a hitch, only to be blindsided by a ticket. Talk about a plot twist. This incident sparked a debate about the enforceability of fines on private property. Some folks argue they're not legally binding, while others caution that ignoring them might lead to being banned from the premises. So it's a classic case of to pay or not to pay. Deciphering the hieroglyphics. Parking signs and hours. Navigating parking signs in Australia can feel like decoding ancient hieroglyphics. Let's break down some common ones. Time-limited parking. Signs like 2p mean you can park for 2 hours during the specified times. For example, in Glen Eira, Melbourne, a 2p 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday sign allows 2-hour parking between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. Beside these hours, you're free to park as long as you like. But remember, your time starts the moment your car stops, not when you saunter off to grab a flat white. Metered parking. These spots require payment during certain hours. In Cairns, Queensland, metered parking operates between 8:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. on weekdays and 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Beside these times, parking is free and there are no time limits. So, if you're planning a late-night kangaroo spotting adventure, you're in luck. No parking. This doesn't mean you can't stop at all. Typically allows you to drop off or pick up passengers or goods, provided you don't linger longer than a couple of minutes and stay close to your vehicle. Think of it as the parking equivalent of a quick Aussie salute, short and sweet. Free parking. The holy grail. Free parking, the unicorn of urban Australia. While it can be as elusive as a Tasmanian tiger, there are spots where you can park without feeding the meter. Weekends and public holidays. Many areas offer free parking during these times. For instance, in Cairns, curbside parking is free after 2 p.m. on Saturdays, all day Sunday, and on public holidays. However, always check the signs as regulations can vary. Residential areas. Some neighborhoods have free on-street parking, but be wary of permit zones. Parking in a resident-only area without a valid permit can lead to fines. It's like crashing a private Barbie. You might get away with it, but it's risky. Weekday versus weekend. The parking policy tango parking rules can change their tune depending on the day. Weekdays, in bustling city centers, expect stricter enforcement and higher demand. Time limits and paid parking are common. For example, in areas managed by the National Capital Authority, pay parking operates from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, excluding public holidays. Weekends. Some places relax their rules. In Melbourne, certain parking restrictions don't apply on public holidays, but it's crucial to check the signs. A permit zone, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. sign without specific days means it applies every day, even on public holidays. So always keep an eye out to avoid any surprises. A chuckle-worthy tale. The e-bike parking saga now for a light-hearted detour. On the Gold Coast, Lime e-bike users have been rewarded for parking their rides responsibly. During a week-long initiative, parking wardens roamed popular spots, handing out $30 cafe vouchers to riders who parked perfectly. It's like getting a gold star in kindergarten but with caffeine as a bonus. This move came after numerous complaints about e-bikes being left haphazardly, turning sidewalks into obstacle courses. So, next time you park an e-bike, do it right, you might just score a free latte. The great parking debate, to pay or not to pay parking policies can stir up quite the debate. In Townsville, the expansion of paid parking into new suburbs sparked outrage, with over 12,500 signatures collected in various petitions against the move. Council argued it was necessary to manage high demand and prevent parking shortages, but many locals weren't convinced. It's a classic case of you can't please everyone, especially when it comes to parking. Tips to avoid parking pitfalls. To keep the parking inspectors at bay, consider these tips. Read the signs. Always check for any parking signs before leaving your vehicle. They might be as verbose as an auctioneer, but they're there for a reason. Use parking apps. Many cities have apps that let you pay for parking and send reminders when your time's almost up. It's like having a personal parking butler in your pocket. Plan ahead. If you're heading to a busy area, research parking options in advance. Knowing where the free or cheaper spots are can save you time and money. Keep change handy. While many meters accept cards, some still require coins. Don't be that person scrounging under the seats for loose change.